Welcome back, listeners. We're on episode 52, joined by myself, Stephen.
And myself, Thomas.
And we have the pleasure of Dave from Dutch Pros come in and dropped in and...
He's come to have a chat with us, yeah, so we thought we'd...
include him in the podcast.
Yeah, why not? Let's
if
have
you've
a
got
little...
any good bits of information, feel free to share them with us.
I'll do my best to chip in.
Excellent.
And if you're listening on the day of release, I hope you're having a nice relaxing Sunday.
Yeah.
So, nutrients and price comparison.
Okay, so this is going to be an interesting one. We're going to discuss a few different nutrients, well, the ins and outs of a cat's
ass.
Yes.
What I'd like to say first off is that we like to be based on science and facts and research, but with nutrients it's a tough one. It's going to be our opinions based on what we have done, which is a lot of years. But it is our opinion. It's opinions of our customers.
Just let me interrupt you there, Steve. As you're saying that we talk about facts and stuff, we need to hold our hand up a second.
Oh, yeah.
We made a doo-doo.
Yeah.
Yeah, we cocked up. So just so our customers don't think that we just talk a load of crap all the time, even though we do sometimes, but, forgive us. We made a statement on the last podcast, which was...
We set a challenge, didn't we? You set a challenge.
Yeah.
It was answered quite quickly as well.
Yeah, cocoa seal.
Yeah, there's no such thing, is there?
Yeah, we made a statement that there was no such thing, and we were wrong.
Yeah, and we loved it.
Yeah.
We love being proven wrong.
Yeah.
Because it just means that we're learning, and we have learned a great fact. We learned it from one of our lovely reps that came into the shop.
Yeah.
And he lets us know that Atami cocoa...
Shall we name him? Yeah, let's name him. Dave Webster. That's who it was, you Dave. Hey, Dave.
Who doesn't exist.
Yeah.
That the Atami is actually a 20% light mix.
Yeah.
But it's mostly cocoa and a little bit of nutrient that you get in it at the start, which is, as our loyal Atami customers know, or people, or the listeners that use Atami cocoa, you'll know that it's got a little bit of feed for the first week, maybe first 10 days, where you don't have to add any nutrients to it. Well, this, it turns out, is because there's a little bit of light mix. So there's, let's say, you can correct me if I'm wrong on my figures, but it's about an 80% cocoa, 20% light mix, which is where we're getting our nutrients from. So we hold our hands up. We got that one wrong.
Yeah.
Just goes to show. It's
there
good.
You go. Yeah,
there you
fine.
go.
Great stuff. We know now, don't we?
We have rectified our mistake.
Yeah.
So, nutrients. We've done this podcast because of the article in Garden Culture. We've had a lot of feedback off it. It was the nutrient price comparison. We have it in front of us. And just to, if you haven't read it, we're not going to spend ages on it, boring you with all the
So basically, it was a comparison.
Yeah. A factual comparison.
Right, okay.
So we based it on a 4-week veg period, followed by an 8-week flower period.
Okay.
This is myself and Eric.
Obviously, that's not everybody's sketch.
No.
It's just the basis of a sketch.
Yeah, it's a standard sketch.
Yeah.
We said, on average, not on average actually, just we used 100 litres of water each week. So 4 weeks veg, 8-week flower, 100 litres each week. How much nutrients would you have to use, and how much would it cost you? So, and let me state as well beforehand, and this is also stated in the magazine, that this is in no way telling you which is the better nutrient or which is a worse nutrient.
No, it's just a factual thing.
Yeah.
On nutrients.
Yeah, and if price matters to you and you're looking to change, it's a good little article to give you a segment to put towards the puzzle of choosing your next nutrient range.
Yeah.
Top was Botanicae Kind. The total cost of feed used came to £51.61.
Okay.
Then we had the likes of Atami. Next page we have Plant Magic, Metrop, CX Hydroponics, Vitalink, Ionic, Dutch Pro, Shogun, Plagron.
There's a lot of nutrients on here that I haven't used as well, personally.
And then towards the end, who did we have? Turn the page for us.
Let's see.
Cellmax, which is a relatively new addition to the UK market.
Never heard of them, to be honest.
Botanicae Pro, House and Garden, Psycho, and then CANNA.
So is House and Garden still on the market?
Well, it's Nutriculture have brought it back, haven't they?
Because I know that was a lot of people was unaware whether House and Garden had closed down, the products were going.
Yeah, I think it was a relocation thing.
It's also a nutrient brand I've never used myself. I know there's some prominent pieces that sell in the store, but it's not something I personally have used. Also, Psycho.
I know what one of the lads in the shop has had a little trial of Psycho over just, I think...
We all know my favourites anyway, so which is clear as day. I'll just point that out. That is Dutch Pro. Point that out, especially while Dave's here. But it's not only because Dave's here, it's because it's a fucking kick-ass nutrient.
Good choice, mate. It's a
yeah,
good choice.
Very good choice, especially the Explode. If you're looking to save some money, it qualifies. However, I'm not asked about whether you're saving your money. I'm asked about whether you're getting a good product. And with Explode, as a booster, it's phenomenal. Other top products in it, Leaf Green. In honesty, I'm going to be honest, Dave, I haven't used a multi-total. I'm guilty of that charge.
Yeah?
I will have a go, though.
Should definitely give it a go.
Because I actually was talking to one of my customers, and he was telling me how he uses it and how much of a difference it makes.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I am going to, do you know what I mean? But I haven't, in all honesty.
Yeah, it's definitely worth a crack.
A lot of the customers really taken to the take route as well. Obviously, we talk about Explode as being a good seller just in our shop.
Okay, well, let's not, because we're going to veer off a bit.
Yeah,
we've got each bullet point, so we've got what nutrients are available and why are there so many. What? Come on, let's answer that one, Stephen.
So a little bit about the history, and again, this isn't because Dave's here. This is an actual fact. How long has Dutch Pro been going for?
Over in Holland, mate, they've been over there for about 35 years now.
Yeah, and it was made by growers, for growers.
Yeah.
So it actually wasn't available commercially for a little while, but it's been going for 35 years.
Yeah, that's it. Been on the UK market now for about 5.
So it's a heritage product, isn't it? It's been out. It's like a landmark product as well. It's been out. And it's been respected.
Time saved.
Yeah, time saved. Well,
So
very good product.
Why are there so many nutrients? I think it's because science. There's a lot of different opinions. Every nutrient company is going to be backed by different scientists with different opinions, and they all think that their way is the right way. I imagine most base nutrients are quite similar, but then we have the difference in additives. It's probably just a difference in opinion at the end of the day.
Well, I'm going to put another spin on that. I'm going to say retail, sales and marketing. I'll just stop at them two for a moment.
Retail, sales and marketing.
And then that puts us as the gatekeepers.
Yeah.
Because we see ourselves being a store as we have a duty of care to make sure that any products that are on the market or coming to the market pass our quality control standards. What I mean by that is it's basically not a product that's just a load of sales and marketing and doesn't have any actual relevance to what we want. We don't want them products on the market, so we investigate all of these companies and look at the background, look at what they're doing. Do they grow? Are they in the Horticultural Society? How long have they been established? What's their passion? What's their drive as a company? And also, like ourselves, sales isn't key to us. It's making the customers happy. And that's paramount for us as well.
I think we can annoy some nutrient manufacturers and nutrient reps because they want us to sell their nutrients.
That was Dave's phone there. We'll probably leave that one in there as well.
Always working, mate. That's the one.
So yeah, we annoy a few nutrient manufacturers probably because we don't push their nutrients.
Yeah.
We don't push any nutrients.
No. The nutrients push themselves.
Yeah, if they're good nutrients, they sell themselves.
Yeah.
We believe in our shop, the nutrients that we have, which we'll go through in a little while, every nutrient in our shop has its own place for our customers. And there's nothing in the shop that it's just in there just because.
Just so we can make a sale.
Yeah, and that's evident actually from the last 2 products that have made it onto our shelves. The Botanica range, which has been in the UK for, I'd say, 12 months, 18 months, that I've known about.
Which is the organic range,
Yeah.
which we advise for all of our organic users.
Yeah, and it's only just starting to pick up now, because again, we're not pushing it. Give samples out to customers that we think could benefit from that particular range, and if they like it, they come back and buy it. But it brings us on to our next point, is the difference between nutrients and why are they priced differently. So my take on this, you can have your take on it, is pricing. It's a debatable point, actually, isn't it?
It's quite an in-depth talk. Each category of what we're talking about can be quite in-depth. Obviously, we're not going to try and make it too complicated, but the price differently, i.e. quality.
Ingredients.
Yes.
The quality of ingredients.
And how the ingredients are managed within that bottle. So there's a few elements. What do you think about it, Dave? Working for a nutrient company. Top nutrient company, I might add.
From our point of view, it is about delivering a decent price for customers.
Yeah.
And that's why we don't run through wholesale. Everything's direct from us.
Yeah.
That's shown up in the prices of the range.
Yeah. Well, I want to explain. I want to talk about Dutch Pro as a company because I like their ethos. I like what they're about. That's why we get on so well, is because they don't run round trying to sell their nutrients to everyone. It's a bit exclusive, really. You need to be in the gang.
I like that. We're in the club.
Yeah, we're in the club. We're in the Dutch Pro Club, which means, we do supply Dutch Pro nutrients, but we also have state-of-the-art resources to our instant beckoning call. If we need any information or any help with any products or the range or resolving any deficiencies for any customers, I know that I can get on the phone and at least make a phone call. But one further is I know that if any of our customers or the team require any further assistance from Dutch Pro, they hop in the van and they drive down here. Not a lot of companies do that, but we do know we have the support from Dutch Pro at any time we need it.
Yeah. So what I wanted to say, one of the points that I wanted to bring up between nutrients and the different prices is, I was saying to Dave just before the show started, it's about the different ingredients and the quality of ingredients as well. Some nutrients are specific for smell, taste, aroma. So the customers that are looking to make their own homegrown produce, they're going to be the nutrients that they focus on. Manufacturers of micro herbs, or if somebody's in business and they want to produce a high yielding plant, they'll go for the nutrients that are just high yield and are not so concerned with smell, taste, aroma and the quality. But I think the good nutrients get a nice blend of both. I asked Dave the question, again, before the start of the show, what does he think that Dutch Pro come in that scale? I agreed with him. You went right down the middle, didn't you?
Yeah, down the middle, mate. You got to have a mix of the both, I think. I mean, the good thing about us as well is, on the quality side, you're mixing a nice clean nutrient, which is good for system use.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I think we've mentioned it a few times before.
Yeah.
If you're running AutoPots or any sort of system which has got fine piping, Dutch Pro is the nutrient for you because it's so clean. Personally, don't think I've had a nutrient that runs clean through systems, doesn't clog up the 6mm pipe that you get on AutoPots. So that's something to bear in mind. If you are not currently using Dutch Pro and you're an AutoPot user, give it a try. Even if it's just to keep it clean, run it through your lines, and it'll help reduce salt build-up and give you a better performing AutoPot system. What do you think anyway?
Well, we've got base nutrients and we've got 1 part, 2 parts, we've got grow A and B, and we've got bloom A and B, and we've just got a and B that does all scales. What's your take on this, Dave? Because we know that you have a grow A and B.
Do have separate grows and blooms. I mean, personally, I think it makes a big difference.
Yeah.
If someone's going to make an A and B for the whole cycle, they're obviously going to have to take an average of what the plant needs.
That's what I was going to get at.
Through
That was the point I was getting to.
So
Obviously, they're scrimping and scraping because their general A and B that goes across the board doesn't home in on the finer details.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
And that's what I was getting to. Then, do you think Dutch Pro, because it has a 2-part? Is it a 2-part nutrient?
Well, yeah, 2 A and a B grow and a bloom.
Yeah, A and a B for grow and an A and a B for bloom.
It's like a 4-part, isn't
yeah.
it?
So, but that to me, in my brain, will probably say the grow is more specified on grow.
That's it.
And the bloom has more specification on the bloom.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I thought so.
And then you've got some 3 parts, such as GHU, the Flora Grow, Flora Bloom, and Flora Micro. Some customers use that and they get quite good results.
One thing, I don't know whether this is a myth or not, I got told when I was in a show a while back, I can't remember who I was speaking to, that companies who have, say for instance, 20 different bottles are basically skimping because they're not putting all of the active ingredients in one bottle, splitting them all down and to basically save money but make more money out of the end user. Would you agree with that? What's your take on that?
The way that we've always looked at it, I mean, you can see it by the size of our range. The range is compact. We're all about trying to put as much into a bottle, rather than take stuff out and split it between different things, which is ultimately going to cost you more money.
Because I know a lot of customers who come into the shop, or just a lot of growers as well. So, some are miffed by all different bottles and this, and I've heard it from time to time. Oh, what does this do now? And
it confuses me.
Yeah, and it can get a bit daunting with that many different things, but what you've got to realise is it's science what we're doing. So each stage of a plant's life from seed to end result goes through various stages of its life and requires different amounts of food and, how can we say, types of food. Yeah, like us, we need different elements for us. We need calcium for our bones. Come on, Steve, help me out here. What else do we need?
We don't need too much nitrogen in our food.
No, yeah. But it shows that us as human beings, for us to develop and become better and stronger, different parts of our body, our brain, is it the fish? Fish oils. Fish oils good for your brain. Yeah. So that shows that we require different elements and parts of the periodic table within our diet to make us develop and become stronger. You know, it's the same with plants. It's not rocket science. So all of these bottles do 1,000,001 different things. But what you'll find is some companies who have been in the industry for a long, long time have devised some really, really, really good recipes, shall I say.
I like the way you've took it to humans there. I'm going to go off on a little slight quick tangent. So humans need carbohydrates, fats and protein. Plants need NPK.
Nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium.
They are the main building blocks. Along calcium is up there as well.
Well, you'd have all your trace elements and all your macronutrients.
Yeah. And then for humans, you've got pretty similar actually to plants is the micronutrients. You've got molybdenum, zinc, copper, iron. You can go on for a little while doing all these micronutrients, but plants are the same. You've got your main guys in there, your NPK, your calcium, and then you've got your macronutrients, and they're just as essential. And the good companies make sure that those are all
here's one for you then, Stephen. But us as a human being, you know, all these foods, if we took it to a simple customer's view, basically, why don't we just eat the cheapest food that we can find and just stay on the same food for the whole of our life?
Someone's done that. Yeah, they did McDonald's for 30 days.
Oh yeah. And did he thrive off that?
No, I think he ended up in intensive care in hospital.
Yeah, I think he had a renal shutdown.
Yeah, partial liver failure, renal shutdown, heart problems, tachycardia, which is me being fancy for it. Have heart problems, and he put weight on. He felt tired, headaches. That's what you get when you eat your food.
You know what? I want to pick something else out as well. Stay a bit of a funny. We had a customer come in a while back, and he come in and we were talking about growing. He then pointed out to me that he's never used the booster because it's a load of rubbish. So I said, so have you ever used the booster? He said, no. I said, how do you know it's a load of rubbish? He said to me, because it's all a load of rubbish, this stuff, you know, it's just a con. And I instantly just stopped giving the fellow any time whatsoever because I could tell he was obviously dead from the neck up. However, he was completely wrong, and this guy went off on his way with a base nutrient. I can't remember what it was, a really cheap one, and he's still growing away. He was an older guy, and he'll be growing away for a long, long time with no boosters. So if you're listening, fellow, oh, you got it so wrong. Ha ha ha.
There's a few customers actually, don't they, come in and they think they're part of that Illuminati. They think we're all part of the Illuminati and we're all trying to sell them sugar boosters and PKs and root stems and humates and fulvic acids. Yeah. And you need it all, otherwise you won't get anywhere. You know, we're not part of some elite society just off on our boats during the summer. These products actually work. You might not need all of them. You might not fancy putting fulvic acids and humic acids.
Well, in fact, let's be honest, you can grow plants on water. So if you all decide tomorrow, get all of your nutrients and throw them in the bin, and you can grow plants with water.
Won't be great plants.
Oh, it'll be shite.
Yeah, we grew some beetroots just for science experiments with no nitrogen, and they were poor. They were pebbles.
They tasted like crap.
Oh, it was horrible. And it was my own little experiment.
Good experiment.
Went into the Garden Culture magazine, just basically showing about the importance of nitrates, and it was actually a university experiment as well. You can read that article. I'm not going to go into it now, but it was just showed that how vital some nutrients are to the plants.
I think it's important not to go overboard on them as well.
Yeah, definitely. So don't start buying 1,000,001 different products and using all of them, because that's just crazy. Try and keep it simple. Find a good regime, what's easy for you, good on your pocket, and you're happy with. If you're stuck and you don't know what's good for you, pop into the store and we will gladly help you.
That's the advice that we give to all of our customers, is don't just listen to us. If you're going to listen to anybody, listen to us, because we try and give you the most unbiased, research-proven material on our knowledge. Speak to your friends that have been using nutrients for a while. Speak to the grow shops. Try and disseminate the information on the forums, because there's a lot of shit on there as well.
And be careful of YouTube, because you've got Billy Bob, who's been posting for 1 month, who's been growing for 2, who knows absolutely nothing, and then all of a sudden you're taking on his problems. If you're going to go on the internet, use an accredited site or forum and just take the information lightly, and just make sure you do your research.
Another little tip for you: if you feel like you're being sold something, just that should be an alert for you.
Yeah.
Your grow shop shouldn't be selling you anything. They should be advising you on what they think could be suitable for your method of growing. But essentially, the decision is up to you.
Yeah.
Let's have a little chat about what products we have in our shop and which customers they are suited for. So first of all, while Dave's here, Dutch Pro, suited to probably a big majority. It's one of our biggest sellers. Oh, I'm not going to say about all the growers that's good for, but we've already mentioned great for AutoPot users. Yeah. People that...
Soil hydroponics.
Yeah, soil hydro, cocoa. The Explode is a good product, because although we pretty much know that plants take up the PK in week 5, how do you know? This is a big one in our shop that we tell our customers. How do you know? Does your plant wake you up week 5 at 9 o'clock and go, "Hey guy, I need me PK"?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. Well, I hope it doesn't anyway. And the research says that, your plant needs its PK around week 5, but it actually needs it a little bit before that and a little bit after that as well. And with the Explode, this is vital. You're not going to miss your PK. How many customers come into our shop and say, "I'm in week 6, I'm halfway through week 6, when do I PK?"
Yeah, a week ago.
Yeah, you missed that a little bit, bud. With Explode, you haven't got the opportunity to miss it, because it's in there along with its sugar boosters, along with every other little secret ingredient that you put into the bottle. That's what I like about it.
And it's coming in gently from week 3, so...
Yeah, you're building it up, aren't you, as well? That's Dutch Pro. We have other nutrients. Soil growers, well, I'll just speak for our soil growers, because obviously I don't like to draw conclusions based on what I find just in Liverpool. Our soil growers seem to like the Ionic range. They get good results from there. So Growth Technologies Ionic range is the soil.
It's also the Ionic range. It's one thing I want to mention. It's a really budget range. It's probably the cheapest range we do in store.
After the Botanicare, that small range of Botanicare.
Oh yeah. So they're basically the lower end of the market. If you're on a budget, you're a first time grower, you haven't got much cash, that'll get you set off.
Yeah. And our particular soil customers seem to like it. Hydro customers, my preference and our hydro preference is Hydrotops.
Hydrotops has been good for that, hasn't it? Yeah. That's for the DWC, the deep bubblers.
Yeah.
The in-depth home bubbler builders. The Blue Peter bubbler builder. That's what we like to do also. We build our own systems, and we found that Hydrotops has been really, really well with that.
It caters for, because of the use of active bacteria such as Bactivata, top heavy crop, triple F, and they can help in those bubbler systems where Pythium can be a problem when you don't measure your temperatures. So they use a Bactivata, it outcompetes the Pythium bacteria and helps you. Customers that like organics, we've just got the new Bloom range in, as you can remember from 2 weeks ago. Bloom just got onto our shelves.
That competes against Botanicare also, doesn't it?
Well, they are slightly different, because we wouldn't want to have 2 of the exact same products. Bloom would be for your real hardcore organic growers.
So allotment growers and stuff.
Yeah. Where Botanicare differs, pretty similar to Hydrotops in a way, where that it's part synthetic, part organic. So you get the bonus of the synthetic.
I hate organics, by the way. Just to let you know, folks, I'm a chemical grower. I use Dutch Pro chemicals, and I grow chemical plants.
Still got a few bits of the range that are organic, mate.
Have you?
Yeah. Take root, multi-total, leaf green.
Are they organic?
All in the realms of organic.
Oh, I did not know that.
Breaking news.
Yeah. So what were they again? Sorry, Dave.
Take root.
Yeah.
Multi-total, leaf green.
And they use organically derived ingredients.
Yeah.
You know the leaf green product as well? It's a foliar.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of people foliar feed neither, you know.
No, they don't. We need to get more people foliar feed.
It's on the latest feed schedules that we bought out. The leaf greens
is
included on there.
It's very important. If your plants aren't getting the nutrients through the roots,
is that diluted or that's ready to go?
That's ready to
go, mate. Yeah, ready to
that's what I like about it as well.
Yeah.
Buy your 1.5 litre, 5 litre sprayer bottles, whack in the leaf green and crack on.
You know the take root as well. Could you use that on clones and small plants? Can you?
Yeah, you can use it on that, mate. You can dip your jiffies, bring them out, and use them on that.
So you can just make up a solution in the bucket, bang all your jiffies in, bring them all out, and there's a take root in there.
That's it. You can use the leaf green for on cuttings as well to give them a spray.
Can you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Good things to try. If you haven't done that, give them a try. I think you're going to give that a go, aren't you?
Yeah, I am definitely.
Let's have a little chat about boosters. Like you mentioned, that customer thought that they do not work and he didn't want to buy them, he's just sticking to his A and B.
Yeah.
Let's tell people what boosters are for.
Boosters. Do you want to talk about Explode for this, Dave? Because it's one of my favourites.
We can talk about Explode, yeah.
Yes, please. Tell me about Explode. I've just fell out of a spaceship from Mars and landed on the planet, and I've decided I want to grow something, but I need then a booster. Tell me what is Explode.
So basically, your Explode is just a total all-in-one. It's your bloom stem, your PK, and your top shooter all in one bottle. Delivers really nice, sweet taste to the end produce. Dilution rates are good on it, and like the rest of the range, it's nice and clean.
Yeah. What are the dilution rates again?
So it averages out at a milliliter. Start at 0.5 in week 3, and build it up by 0.5 ml every 2 weeks.
So basically, 100 litre tank, 100 ml.
Yeah.
Cool.
Do you know what I noticed as well on the allotments? Because obviously we had AutoPots on the allotments, so we had a selection of small tomatoes, really firm tomatoes as well. Really, they weren't on some nutrients I've used, because I love to meet tomatoes on the allotment. They can come out a little bit soft. I don't know if that's to do with the ripeness, but these come out red, very hard, and the taste is really lovely as well. Went to town on them actually on the allotment, so if there's none left, that's why. Additives in general, let's give additives a little go. What are your additives?
Take root, which is obviously the root stimulator.
Yeah.
Multi-total, which is your grow media improver. So it'll break down dead plant matter in soil, turn it back into food.
Okay, multi-total. I don't, as I said earlier on, I've never used it, to be honest with you. Probably because I don't understand it. Let's break it down. Why should I want to buy multi-total? Why would I want to use it? What benefits am I going to get?
Basically, there's a lot of goodies in there for your plants.
Yeah.
There's your B vitamins, all your essential acids, there's some plant hormones in it, and also almost like a preventative measure to stop them getting sick and stressed.
Yeah.
And again, it's really, really concentrated. So you're only using a milliliter, and you're only feeding it bi-weekly. So it's going to last you a long time.
So, okay, when do you start this product? When?
Start off first week, double dose, 2 milliliter, and then every other week, a milliliter dilution rate.
So every other week?
Every other week, yeah.
Yeah. For the full week?
Yeah, for the full week.
Okay. And that's from the beginning of grow to the...
Yeah, right to the end.
Right to the very end?
Yeah.
You can start using that?
Yeah, I'm going to have a go. I'm going to see what it says.
And we'll get your feedback.
We'll be back on podcast and I'll tell you what multi-total was like, because I've got a lot of people going on at me telling me it's a really good product, so I'm going to give it a go.
Okay. Some of the products I like as well, I have to mention, because it is one of my favourite products, CX range. The Australian guy Mike, he's been in agriculture for years and years and years. He's forgotten more than we know. And his products, I liked him because when I was questioning him on certain products, he actually talked about other nutrients other than his own, when he was saying, I like this and I like that, this is very good. So it showed me honesty and integrity. And
most nutrient companies and growers, or growers who work for nutrient companies, if they are knowledgeable, will have used a lot of the range and will have a personal opinion on all of them, which is key, because they understand what they're talking about then, which is really good for us.
So out their range, I personally like the Mighty Growth Enhancer, which is a high nitrogen content with calcium in it.
Okay.
And the Regeneroot as well.
Yeah.
Really concentrated, does what it says on the tin, good products. So there's one to keep your eye out for.
I'm going to jump in, I'm going to mention another one, Budder's Tree.
Yeah.
Been getting a lot of interest by everybody lately.
Good publicity.
Nice company. A few simple products. They don't have 1,000,001 products. They only have a few.
Yeah.
But they carry some weight in the industry. A new one by them, flower based. Everybody's raving about. you only use it for 2 weeks into the flower period.
Well, that's just something I want to pick up on. Actually, I tweeted about it because our other Twitter site, which
I'm excited here. I can't wait to start talking again. Because go on, carry on, Steve.
Well, we have a second Twitter site which is purely for research purposes and for telling people about products that we're all using. It's got nothing to do with telling you about offers in the shop. We just talk about products and our opinions on them. I said about Buddha's Trees flower-based impeccable product. Every single customer that's used it has come in and shook our hand because we're getting them onto it and said thank you very much. I said in the tweet, you use it 0.2 ml per litre, so highly concentrated, and use it for the first 2 weeks. On the bottle, it says use it for the first 3 weeks, and they pulled me on it. But I think it's that good a product. It gave too many flowering sites when I used it for the full 3 weeks, and then we actually started on the Explode on week 3. Yeah. That's how we're using it, and it just gave me too much that ended up all getting cut off. So I use it for the first 2 weeks, loads of flowering sites, enough that I can handle and not just whacking them off with me scissors, and then with week 3 banging into the Explode. On this particular test it was flower based, and we went on to Explode then. So that's something that I'd like to, it does say use it for the first 3 weeks, but in my experience I only use it for the first 2 weeks.
Well, Stephen's just covered basically what I was just going to say. Flower based, I have had a couple of goes of it as well, and I put it in for 2 weeks. Obviously you've heard what before, I'm a Dutch Pro user, so I use the Dutch Pro range, but I heard about flower based and thought, okay, I'm going to go and buy one of these little tiny £10 bottles and I'm going to give it a little go, and I did, and it just worked perfectionately. I've showed Dave some of the chilies that we harvested before, and what was the quality of those chilies, Dave?
Yeah, looking good, man. Good.
So and the taste and quality and aroma was fantastic. Would you agree, Dave?
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you.
With that.
Yeah, so the chilies have been drying in the tent, haven't they?
So top tip for all you guys, who are using the Dutch Pro range, like myself, bit of flower based week 1 and 2.
Yeah, good stuff. Just before we get to the end, we like a bit of controversy. So let's talk big brands, marketing bullshit, and the real McCoy.
Ooh.
What do you reckon?
Okay.
Big brands.
Big brands. We'll start with Dutch Pro. I'm going to start with Dutch Pro because you know what I'm about with Dutch Pro, lad. Yeah, I respect them very much so because they're a big brand, but they're not a big brand with a load of bullshit. They mean what they say. If you don't like it, fuck off. I have to say it like that, sorry, listeners or children. And I respect that. They've been in the industry for 35 years-ish, maybe a bit more. Only nutrient company out of Amsterdam.
Yeah.
So let's get that clear. The only nutrient company that comes out of Amsterdam. So yeah, you might have heard of or think a lot of companies hit out of Amsterdam. That's not correct. And I didn't know that until Dave educated me. So thank you very much for giving me a bit more schooling, Dave. Also, they are dedicated to growing, which is what we're doing. They're not dedicated to sales and marketing.
Which we don't like.
No, we don't like. We're very off towards that. Don't get me wrong, we've got a lovely store and we like to showcase certain products and let you have a nose and look, but we don't like people who are just strictly with a script and a load of bullshit, and they come up to you in your shop and they read this script out. Oh, we love to shoot you down. We love to get you. So be careful, any of you sales rep who will come into the shop with the script, be prepared, because the NPK team will fry you alive.
I wonder why we don't get any reps coming to the shop anymore.
But if you are a rep, well, if you are a grower and have some products because you work for a company, come along to the shop. We love them.
Yeah. A top tip for grow shops, if you're listening and you are part of another grow shop, a top tip for you, and this is the way I sort of give a first impression of companies. Look at what they spend on research and development, and look at what they spend on marketing and sales. If the marketing and sales budget is higher than research and development, you should start ringing alarm bells. The good companies, in my opinion, will do more on research and development than they will do on sales and marketing. The ones who spend more on sales and marketing, I don't know, I'm going to go out on a limb and say they've possibly got something to hide and they need to market themselves up into our industry.
I just wanted to interrupt you there as well, because I'm sitting here with Dave, obviously, as we said, seen a lovely image from you guys the other week from Greece. Was it Greece?
Oh yeah, with the tomatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that? What was going on there?
That was one of the bosses on holiday, mate.
Well,
where he always goes, and he's got some dedicated Dodge Pro users out there.
Yeah, he had grown fields of giant tomatoes, and they were basically you'd have to use both your hands to get round them, to hold it in your hands. So they were phenomenal. I've seen that many images and videos of some of the Dutch Pro grow rooms in America, some big grows out there. So you guys, you know, you're in the industry because you're good at what you're doing, and you've been doing it for a long time.
I think you can tell the people who it's born out of a passion for.
Yeah.
You can definitely tell.
Yeah.
Another big company, another big hitter, obviously, and Nutrients talk wouldn't be right without the mention of CANNA.
Yeah.
Very stable A and B.
Yeah.
A lot of time and effort goes into their research and development.
I was a big CANNA user for a long time.
Listen,
long time.
NPK, we don't pull our punches, and if we upset somebody, let us know. But we're not really bothered.
I'm not asked whether I upset you, so it'll be falling on deaf ears. So leave a voicemail.
listen to what we're saying. CANNA nutrients, very good nutrients.
Base nutrients,
fantastic.
Yeah.
Additives are very good.
Boost, I was big fan of CANNA Boost,
and it works.
Yeah,
it does work.
Really does work.
You'll never ever hear us saying that CANNA Boost doesn't work. It's a good product.
The thing that got me though.
Yeah, I was about to ask you, what's the problem?
The dilution rate.
Yeah, and when we said about the real McCoy before, one of my spotters, as I call them, for the real McCoy is look for concentrated nutrients. 1 mil per litres, Explode 1 mil per litre, Regeneroot 1 mil per litre, Buddha's Tree even less, 0.2 mil per litre, 2 mil per 10 litres. The real McCoy, they're highly concentrated, and that's it. Probably not the be all and end all. You probably have got some good nutrients out there.
There's been a lot of issues regarding the CANNA Boost as well with fake.
Yeah. With
bottles
and people importing them.
Yeah,
that's now been rectified, or they've said it's been rectified in a letter.
we got.
They've won a court order, didn't they?
Yeah, they won a court order, and we got a lovely letter from CANNA stating how they basically
won it in court and said that they can't produce any more fake boosts.
Yeah,
but it's a good product if you get the real product. It's just it's sad that that's been put out there.
Yeah,
it doesn't destroy our industry. It has an impact on our industry. It has an impact on our growers, and we do all this because we love our fruit and veg,
and we know
growers.
this because a lot of our customers were concerned about these issues because they were seeing a lot of stuff on the internet. All of a sudden, CANNA boosters half the price it originally was, and people couldn't understand what was going on. And then we found out that it was being made by a company called Zentech illegally and stuff like that. So basically, I sort of thought, I can't get involved with this stuff. I've got to protect my customers. I've got a responsibility as a company owner and as a grower. And you know, if I end up having some product that isn't what it's supposed to be, give it to my customer, you know, puts me in a bit of a bad position then, really, doesn't it? Yeah. So that wasn't good for them also. However, they have got a lot of other products, Rhizotonic.
The range is great. A fantastic base nutrients A and B, and there's nothing wrong with any of the products, the PK, the Rhizo, the CANNA.
Hopefully they've sorted the issues out with Boost, and you know, it'll
it just and we're honest, and it might upset people, but we're honest, and as a grower on my allotment, I don't want to be using 4 mils into every litre of water because it's a bloody pain in the arse. When I've got a 1,000 litre flexi tank running my AutoPot, I don't want to be putting 4,000 mil into my tank. I want to get my litre and bang that in, and I'm ready to go because it's just easier. So that's one of the problems I've had.
Well, Canada as a whole, a stable company,
yeah,
been around for a while. I think about 20.
Yeah, about 20 years.
About 20 years. We have a good relationship with CANNA.
Peter Clausen's is fantastic with his knowledge.
He's done some amazing lectures as well. Covered quite a lot of subjects with us. They do a lot of research as well. Is equally on par with Dutch Pro and CANNA. I'd say they're head to head. They're the big boys.
They're the top dogs.
Yeah, I'd say they're the top dogs. Constantly at each other's throats, and we love it. But yeah, that's what we think about CANNA. Good nutrients, being some little higgledy-piggledy along the way, but good base nutrients.
Yeah, it's a nutrient that a lot of first timers get attached to.
Yeah.
But, and I say honestly, we use some of their products, but I use a range of everybody's products. I don't really stick to one nutrient
I think we've got a
company.
duty to that though, haven't we, Stephen? Because as I keep saying, we're the gatekeepers, aren't we? And you know, if we don't pay attention to what's going on in the industry, We may as well just sell the customers just a load of crap.
Yeah, and again, being 100% honest, CANNA's got a prominent position in the shop. Dutch Pro, we're biased. Everybody's biased. I'm going to give a little shout out for my next article on garden culture. The proper method of scientific inquiry. We talk a lot about bias.
Oh yeah.
So read that in Christmas. But yes, we are biased in saying this. Dutch Pro's got a slightly more prominence in our shop because we use the nutrients more. We like the fact that they're higher concentrations. We like the fact of what the product delivers and of our relationship with Dutch Pro.
Yeah.
We would say that if Dave wasn't here. Yeah. So don't think that has any way.
Wouldn't we slate Dave off? No.
No, you wouldn't find me slating him off.
No, we wouldn't.
So that's what we think about that.
Yeah. I just want to go back to that point that you've just made, though, about the article and the investigation. What have you just repeat that again for us?
So in the next issue of Garden Culture, just before Christmas, it should be published. I'll be writing an article on proper scientific inquiry.
Oh, it's proper scientific.
Inquiry.
Let's just pick this up on why we're calling it proper scientific inquiry.
The reason being because I've seen a recent grow shop. Let's name them. They're willing to do the test and publicise it, so I'm willing to talk about it right here.
Yeah.
Grow Well. They did a test. They used an extreme propagator.
Yeah.
It was 2 of them. They were taking clones of basil.
Are they the extreme propagators from Nutriculture?
From Nutriculture, yeah.
What site? How many site they?
These were a 20-siter.
Okay.
2 20-siters, one with water, the basil dipped in Clonex into the propagator. The second was dipped in Clonex into water with the root stimulator. Test goes on. 10 days, 15 days go by, and they lift the lids up and they show that, lo and behold, I think it's CANNA roots, their root stimulator.
I haven't seen the product, so you're educating me.
Yeah,
Stephen, I haven't seen
CANNA roots has given more growth than the first set of basil. And he said, and this is the word that annoyed me, and I told them in a message, so I'm not telling them anything new. You can see that CANNA roots is the boss of root stimulators. That even now I can feel myself getting wound up by it because it's bullshit. It's bad science. I fucking hate it.
Why do you think it's bad science?
What have they compared it against? Water. Fucking hell, I could spit in an extreme propagator and get better roots than water.
So what's your issue with that test?
It was unscientific. Yeah, you've done a test and you were doing a good test and they were equal. You used 2 of the same systems. You took clones of the basil, which I really like. That's a good test. But it's the conclusions that everybody's making on the basis of these tests. Our root stimulator is king.
So would you have rather have seen a test with a group of root stimulators?
Oh, yeah. So what we do is, and you'll get to read more about this in the article, is you have a baseline test. Baseline test is your water. So what they did is they compared their product to a baseline. You don't do that in science. Yeah. Your baseline is your baseline. It doesn't get compared to anything. It's the level that you compare, that everything else is compared to. So what I asked them to do is I asked them to compare the CANNA roots to Regeneroot.
Did you contact?
Oh yeah. I told them in a message this. Yeah.
Excellent.
Compare it to Rhizoblast. Compare it to Regeneroot. Compare it to Take Root. Compare it to Rhizotonic. Compare it to every other root stim that's on the market.
Yeah.
And if your CANNA roots, what we should do is not a visual look at the roots. You should snip the roots off and weigh them in a wet weight, the amount of grams, and then the dry weight, the amount of grams. And if CANNA roots showed that our root stimulator produces 20 grams of of dry root mass after 10 days, and everyone else showed a decrease, that's a good test.
Yeah.
That shows that CANNA roots is a good root stim.
Sounds good to me. Sounds fair.
And I probably haven't covered all angles there either. I'm not going to go into too much depth on it, but that to me was part of the marketing bullshit.
But this is not attack on Grow Well. This is just an attack on your test.
Yeah, you might have a great product, you just haven't shown people that you've got a great product.
Is there any other tests that you want to pick up on? Because we can't just pick one person out. Let's pick a few people out we've got.
Other testing. So I imagine shops do a lot of testing.
What about the magazines?
The Hydromag are renowned for doing testing. And I'm going to get this on file as well, that a lot of people attack Hydromag for the testing that they're doing. I don't want to do that because you are providing a service to the industry, which is fantastic.
Yeah, you are pissing a few people off, Pete, but we like that, so just carry on doing it. It's great.
I love the fact that you're doing tests.
Yeah.
What I don't like is the conclusions that you can come to. So the testing, I love, and I want you to, and I want
Hydromag to. But your conclusions are shite, Pete.
Yeah.
You've got your conclusions wrong.
Yeah, just go about it with a proper scientific method. I would like to see you, the people that are doing the test, I'd like to see them blinded to the products that they're testing. I'm not saying that there is bias in there, but...
Or maybe even put a placebo in as well.
Yeah, you could do that. Well, that's like a baseline, so you'd compare it to...
But we didn't tell them, and we told them it was something else.
Yeah. You can use that sort of scientific investigation in certain products. But it's the methods. So hopefully my article was being written well before any tests came out in Hydromag, so it's not aimed at Hydromag whatsoever.
Hold on, I just want to say something else as well before everybody who we've mentioned gets a big hump on and goes, who does this NPK think they are? We are just the people, and we're just talking, and that's that. If you don't like it, phone us up. If you want to pull strips out of us, please do it. If you want to do videos about us, please do them. We love them. If there's any information that we've quoted or stated and you think's incorrect, give us a call.
And we will let the listeners know on our next episode.
Yeah.
So if there's any false information, ring us up, tell us, and we will tell the customers what you've said on our next show. These are and again, I'm going to reiterate it, these are opinions based on years and years of growing, based on myself and Thomas being at university. Some of us have done masters in science subjects, so this is why I feel I have the
so don't
authority.
Start crying because we've picked you up, all right? Just don't start whinging like a big gang of girls blouses, all right? Because I can't be arsed with that. Just pay attention to the growers and your customers and these tests, what need to be accurately done before we give out the information. Because we love your tests, by the way.
They're so important to the industry.
Are the key. Well done, Growell, for doing that test, because we like that. And we like
and well done, Hydromag, for doing all your tests. Keep it up.
Yeah.
And anybody that slates Hydromag for your testing, well, they're just... Well, I don't want to use this word, but the haters. What you're offering is a valuable service, and what I would like to see people doing and Hydromag doing is using proper scientific rigour. And the main problem that I had, and this is me being a real geeky scientist, is I don't know how you conducted those tests.
Maybe we could be independent adjudicators, like off the National Lottery.
Yeah, like Ofgem or
Watchdog. We could stand there in like white gloves and a white coat and make sure they're all doing the right stuff.
Yeah, I'd like that. It would be good. But the first thing, one of the big things that you do in a scientific test is you write down exactly word for word, procedure for procedure, what you've done in that test. So that allows me or anybody else in our industry to go, that's very interesting. I'm going to do that test as well. And they take your test and they do it in their environment. And if they get the same set of results as you, that increases the reliability of your results. And then a third person will go and do the test, and a fourth, and a fifth, and a sixth. And when you've got 10 people all doing the same test in 10 different locations, and you all get the same results, well, guess what? Your test then becomes very, very valid, and people have to start taking notice of it. And that's what we call a meta-analysis. When 10 independent people do 10 different tests, it doesn't have to be 10. If they do 8, 9, 10, 11, we call it a meta-analysis. We group together all those results, and the top dog is the top dog. There's no person that can put you down for that. So watch out for next episode of Garden Culture. It'll all be in there.
So, and also watch out for Stephen, people, because he's after you all. And he's good. So watch out. Watch this space.
Yeah, I just like honesty, integrity, and good products.
I like it. I like that you like that stuff, Stephen. It's really good.
I think that pretty much sums up. We went off on a bit of tangent there, and we got a bit opinionated.
That's what we do. If you don't like it, tough shit, go and cry. I'm not asked.
Again, if there's anything that you didn't like, give us a call. Let us know that what you didn't like, or if there's anything false that you'd like us to talk about on our next episode, we will happily do so.
Is there anything you wanted to add before we wrap up, Dave? Dutch Pro's the best nutrient in the world.
So I've been sitting here quietly all through that, just listening in.
Yeah, talking about bias there.
Yeah.
I'm always going to be biased to Dutch, mate.
Yeah.
I hope that's given you a little bit of an insight into our opinions and thoughts on nutrients. The price comparison in the Garden Culture website, which was just a factual piece, check it out if you're at your local grow shop.
It's on page
58.
Yeah.
So it's about a 4-page article.
Yeah.
Also check out the silicon article in the back. I wrote that. It's quite a good article. Again, a bit biased, but there you go.
Yeah. Dave, thanks for sitting in with us on our little chat, our podcast. That's podcasting with me and Stephen.
Yeah, that's number 52. Who have we got next week? We have Nutriculture next week.
Yeah.
And we'll be talking about systems.
And we've also got innovative products.
An innovative product. And trust me, this is new to the industry. There's nothing else out there like it that I know of. Did you know anything out there like this?
No.
So stay tuned. Next week, Nutriculture.
Thank you.
Speak to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.